Let me ask you a question though. What do you think is going to happen first? You think I'm going to pay that fine back to the league, or GTA 6 will come out?
Well, we're about a year away from Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out from what I've been reading.
I'll do you this one even better. You'll see me starting games again for the Motor City Rockers before you see GTA 6 come out.
Wait, is that a tease? Is that foreshadowing? What does that mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, you would see GTA 6 come out first. Or sorry, I would play games for them before you see GTA 6 come out, because it's most likely not going to happen. Although, so this is interesting, though. And I'm just thinking about this as, we're talking about it, but the entire staff has turned over since I was there. So, like, GM got shit canned, coach got shit canned, new owners, like, everybody is out with the exception of, I think Babs is still there. And then my boy Josh Colton, he actually just got promoted to head coach because they just went through their third coach of the season, and it's November. I mean, they did it before Halloween, so 3 coaches before Halloween. That's a high turnover rate.
Would you go back?
That's a great question.
If they asked you and said, "Hey, wait, Babs got called up to the SP. We need you to come open the door for a couple games. Are you in or are you out? The offer expires in 5 minutes. What do you say?"
It's interesting. So my ego would say yes, because I really want to prove to people that I can play. I can play at the FPHL level, and I'm a damn good pro goalie. I've talked about it before. I know we talk about it every week, but it's the toughest league in all of pro hockey to play in, especially as a goalie. But at the same time, yeah, okay, a couple bucks would be nice, getting paid, $150 weekly minimum. But here in Fort Wayne, the team has me my own media intern, where she follows me around, does whatever I want, and it really helps me to create a lot of cool stuff at the rink for the mic'd up videos, which is awesome. I wouldn't have that anymore. I have a very comfortable setup here where we practice 2 days a week. We play 2 games a week. I have lots of time to edit the podcast, get clips done, do meetings throughout the week, business stuff, and work on my future post-retirement stuff. If I was back in Motor City, 5 days a week, morning skate every day from 11 to 12:30. I would assume they have team workouts, which they didn't when I was there. It was actually really chill. There was no team workouts after practice. There was no community events. So that would all take time away as well. And then the long bus road trips of like 15, 12, 20 hours, depending on where we're going. So
let me sweeten the deal. And we'll pay your APHL fine.
Can we put all $350 in a wheelbarrow full of pennies and drop it off at the commissioner's doorstep?
Nickels.
Deal. I'll come play.
So are you paying the fine? What's going on?
No, I'm not paying any fines. I'm not paying it. They want to fine me $350 for flipping a net in a league that most guys have to pay to play in. We're not getting paid. There's no salary. Why would I pay you for flipping the net over because you're upset? I didn't get fined for the fight. I got fined for flipping the net over and celebrating with the belt.
If it was a golf green and you slammed your club down on the golf green, that I can see a fine for, but it's not like you hurt the ice.
What do you think about that situation? Because we've talked about, like, my goal is to play a couple more games in the Fed, at least to prove that I can play and put up some good numbers. I mean, last weekend I go 60 of 67, great showing. A lot of people are focusing on the 7 goals, but 7 goals on 67 shots, dude. I was busy. I think that's a great performance. Also squeaked out a win, got an assist, got a fight, as Dave coined it, the goalie Howe hat trick. And then my last 2 games in Vail, I went 23 of 25 in Colorado, and then I went 46 of 49. Put together 3 great games, my last 3 starts. I know it was a little tough in Mississippi and the Watertown start, but dude, I can play.
I think that if your goal is to play the highest level of hockey that you can during your prime or during your career, then you say yes. Then you go and you play, and then you hope that you make your way up to the SP and then the East Coast. I mean, I think that just speaking on your behalf, since you asked, your goal is to play the top level possible.
The biggest concern that comes to mind for me is there's going to be a repeat of previous endeavors where promise the world, under-deliver everything. I'm telling you this is what the team promised, and then obviously they're under-delivering, and it's embarrassing too. Like when I'm telling you, hey, I'm going to be the second guy, I'm going to be playing some games, I'm scratched for like 5-6 games in a row, or my GM calls me and says, hey, you're going to be here for the season. I like you. We're loyal. We don't like to get rid of guys. And you're gone 2 weeks later. I don't want that to happen again. I have a very good setup in Fort Wayne. And I love doing our show. I love doing the videos that I'm doing right now. And I'm very comfortable with that. So, I don't know. I guess it would depend on the offer and I guess who's offering it. And just to be straight up and say, hey, like, I need things in writing. This is how it's going to be. And if it's not in writing, I'm not going to bother with it.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely correct. And, in hindsight, should you have done that the first time around? Sure. But now you're a little more savvy. You've had a little more experience. Now you know what the game is going in. And you would be smart to get those things in writing. You're not just going to jump out and going, yes, sir, 3 bags full. Yeah, whatever you say, because I think they kind of knew that they had you, right? So now here's a situation where, okay, what's the offer? This has to be guaranteed. There has to be safety nets in place if this doesn't happen, and make sure that you're protected because, like you said, you've got a pretty good setup right now. Now, when saying all that, if they go, no, that's too much, we're going to pass, we'll go with somebody else, you got to be comfortable like going, okay, then I'll stay here.
I guess it's on a case-by-case basis. Depends on who calls, depends on what the offer is, and if I trust him or not. If I trust the guy, then I'll probably go and say, yeah, I don't need anything in writing. If I don't trust you, you better put it in writing or I'm not coming. So,
well, the other thing too is you got to keep in mind is the idea to play, and I'll kind of make an amendment to this question, but is the goal to play the highest level possible or to play in some of the coolest places possible? Because I mean, the fact that you got to go over to Spain, pretty cool. The fact that you got to go over and play in Scandinavia, pretty cool. The fact that you're in Fort Wayne right now, probably not high on the list of places that you'd ever want to play, but it sounds like you're being treated there right now. So I think it's got to be a combination of how are you being treated, what's the scenery like, what are the off-ice activities like, all of those things have to come into play, what's great for video content. So I think you got to kind of weigh all of those to figure out which is going to be the best balance.
Well, and I'm also having fun in Fort Wayne, which is a big piece. I wasn't having fun in Watertown. I wasn't having a lot of fun in Motor City, especially after we got things going. Mississippi wasn't necessarily the funnest. So now that I'm having fun, I'm going to try to keep it that way for as long as I can. And also, this is just like the business side of things. Most guys don't play pro past 30 just because life comes and kicks in. My situation is a little bit different where our podcast is thriving. We're doing very, very well right now. And so where I have the ability to do all the things on a day-to-day basis on the business end of making the clips and networking, getting sponsors, or do I sacrifice a lot of that time that I use for that to go play in a league where maybe I get one start a month and I got to slug it out again? I do want to play at the highest level possible, but I don't want to sacrifice what we have with the show and some of the business endeavors that I'm working on post-retirement for after the season and whatnot. So case-by-case basis, but yeah, I would love to in a ideal world.
Well, listen, great opportunity to thank somebody that's been supporting you all the way through, and that's the crew over at Sheath.
Greatest underwear money can buy. They've literally been with us since day one. They were with us in Motor City, in Watertown, in Mississippi, and the deal is, even in Spain, Sheath underwear is literally a high five for your balls. It's the greatest pair of underwear money can buy. It stops a problem that we've had since the dawn of human time. Whether you're living in Canada, the U.S., or you're a caveman back in BC, your meat and your veg, your bacon and beans, the green beans and tamales sticking to the side of your thigh. You don't want that. Sheath underwear compartmentalizes everything. They got that bamboo mesh, the new and improved bamboo mesh, so it aerates, keeps everything cool, calm, and collected. And then the dual pouch technology, a separated compartment to put everything into so it aerates properly. It is the best underwear money can buy. And if you're on the edge or on the fence, you're like, I don't know, this sounds good, I don't believe you, we're going to get you 20% off right now. You go to the link in the video description, click on that. Code BISKIT69, BIZKIT69, will get you the greatest underwear money can buy. And Christmas coming up right around the corner. Like, what does everybody get dad for Christmas? Gitch.
My wife actually just went online and did a little bit of shopping on the Sheath website, and there's going to be a package on the way coming very soon, and she's extremely excited about it.
Ooh, do you think we can get like a slow-mo video of her bouncing up and down on your kids' trampoline with the underwear?
Sure, why not?
Shout out Candace. But thanks to Sheath for sponsoring the show, the title sponsor as they've been since day one. Link in the video description, sheathonroad.com, biscuit69 for 20%.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Slinging the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music,
Pop culture.
politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.